What's up, you guys? This is Rob from The Gay Guy Plays, and today on a special TennoCon 2017 edition of the Daily Grind, we're going to be chatting about all of the operator upgrades that will be coming in the Plains of Eidolon. Alrighty, so for those of you guys who have absolutely no clue what I'm talking about when I say operator upgrades, at Tenno Live they actually discussed a few changes they wanted to make to the operators in the Plains of Eidolon. Now, one of them being is they wanted to go ahead and mature the operator a little bit more. They wanted to take them from a squishy emo kid into more of a warrior role. So instead, when you pop out of your Warframe, you're not like this 100 health character that can barely stay alive to try to take down a little Kuva cloud. They're actually talking about giving them armor that will actually manipulate some of their abilities, namely the beam cannon for now. That's the main thing that they chatted about. And they also wanted to talk about some really interesting synergies that you would have with your Warframe. See, the thing is, they want to make our operators warriors, but they also want to respect the investments that we have made to our Warframes. So, of course, Warframe operator synergies are definitely on the table for Plains of Eidolon. I don't know if it's going to make it in the initial patch, but it's definitely something they're talking about. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into some gameplay, and we'll get into some more like freeform thought. Alright, so just to clarify, because I know that some people are going to be curious about this, but the one thing that I did want to point out is they did say that we're still going to be overhauling Focus. This is not like a replacement for Focus overhaul. This is just going to be kind of like a cool additional thing that they end up doing to the operators. Not doing to the operators. That sounds bad. You don't do things to kids. Shameful. But no. I thought that this was a really, really interesting idea because it did allow for further customization. All of our operators kind of felt pretty gosh darn standard, if you know what I mean. It feels kind of static because we always have the same 4 abilities. We're unable to customize them in any way, shape, or form. So this is a cool way to kind of reward those people who are willing to do some resource farming and kind of willing to take the extra time to go ahead and add really, really cool customizations to our operators. And I am really, really excited to see how far they'll take it, because, you know, right now they're talking about beam cannons, but I would really, really love to see what they do to the rest of the abilities, because right now it's just, you know, the hand laser that kind of comes out. But what about the kind of like the punch, the explosive punch thing that we have, you know? That would be kind of cool if maybe it like emitted like a wave that like slowly traveled out. Or maybe something to kind of like go with the dash. Maybe you get a good pair of boots and the dash leaves like an energy trail in its wake that deals damage to enemies or something like that. That would be pretty sick. But on top of that, or maybe something with a helmet that can like mess around with invisibility. I don't know. There is a ton of different places that you could take this. I still kind of do want to see the operators affected by Focus, but I mean, if this is our way to be able to give the operators some like boost to stats, like some health and shielding things, that would be awesome too. It's just that right now operators are kind of like in a place where they're fairly bog standard, you know? There's nothing unique about any of them except for the way that we make them look. And while Fashion Frame is endgame, you know, it's always nice to kind of have like cool little extra bits that you can do with your frames to kind of, you know, to actually have some mechanics behind it rather than just all of the beauteous wonderfulness that is Fashion Frame, right? So that I'm really, really excited about. But the other thing that I am also super, super jazzed about is the freaking ability to combo with your Warframes. I mean, that's definitely something that I want to see, because I think they wanted to make sure that, you know, that we didn't just overvalue our operators, and it makes me wonder really how far they're thinking of taking it, because they did say that they were going to mature our operators. And one of the questions that kind of lays there with me is, when they say mature operators, do they mean that they're actually going to age them up? Are they actually going to make the operators a little bit older? Or when they say they're just going to mature them, they're just going to mature them into warriors? Because that was the big thing that they said. They said, we're going to mature them into warriors. And I'm like, cool. Like, you know, kind of child warriors are pretty sick. But if they're like worried, and here's the thing, if they're worried that we're going to end up kind of like focusing on our operator rather than focusing on our Warframe, like how powerful are they considering making our operators, right? Because they're like, you know, we want to honor your investment, which makes me think that, you know, there's going to be so much draw to use the operators after the future changes that we might potentially, that some of us might potentially end up trading in our operators for our Warframes. I mean, if you really think about it, like down deep at its core, lore-wise, the Warframes are really just there so that we can kind of like focus ourselves, our like untamed power into these frames in order to kind of like accomplish the feats that we do, rather than, you know, just going on a crazy berserker rampage, right? That's kind of, listen, I'm not a lore genius here, as you guys know. So I'm kind of, you know, I'm kind of curious myself. I'm like, I don't, like, that's where the lore sits. Like, our operators are supposed to be so powerful that we need Warframes in order to channel our shit through, otherwise we just, like, destroy the planet or something along those lines. So clearly, our operators are gonna have to be pretty gosh darn powerful, and especially when we've got weapons equipped that are gonna allow us to, like, turn our shit into beam cannons. Of course, we're gonna have to make sure that there are draws for our Warframes themselves, which turns into the Warframe combos. Now, the question is, what are these combos gonna be like? Now, do note that they are just in talks right now. I don't think that they've actually made any progress specifically on them, but on the panel, you know, they were definitely talking about doing these combo things, which I'd really be interested in seeing, especially, you know, if they were unique, their combos unique to each Warframe, which is definitely what they made it sound like. They were like, you and your favorite Warframe doing combos to do things. I mean, what kind of potential combos could that be? You know, maybe you could have a double stomp with Rhino Stomp or something? I don't know. Let me know what you guys would like to see, because in my head, I can't quite sort out, like, what I would do. Like, if I was a Loki, would I just make 2 decoys? Or would I just do more disarming? I don't know. I don't really know. I don't really know how I feel about it. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think would be cool operator / Warframe combination abilities, right? So we've got Blaster Cannon, we've got Invisibility, we've got, what else do we have? We have the Dash. So I don't know, maybe a Dash and Radial Disarm? Maybe we Dash Disarm. I don't know. You guys tell me. A lot of you guys are far more creative than I am when it comes to this, so put that in the comments below. And maybe, who knows, maybe they'll watch this video, maybe they'll get some ideas for themselves. So put that out into the universe, and you never know what you're gonna find. But yeah, so what do you guys think about the operators as well? Do you think, are you guys excited to see operators fighting on their own, turning into warriors? What kind of weapons, like what kind of alterations would you like to see to, like, the beam cannon? Because right now all I can think is like pulse cannon, like you fire out pulses and maybe like they explode, like static core style, something along those lines. Or maybe you have to charge up a beam, kind of like Opticore like. Let me know what you guys think, and that pretty much does it for this. I thought that this was a really, really cool thing to kind of like isolate and chat about, because there's so many potential different ways for this to go, and I'm curious to see what you guys think. So as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!